Today we are learning to solve equations that have pronumerals on both sides. So as soon as you look at them, you're like, all right, I've got a y here and a y here, or you know, a and a. And then it's not so easy because normally we go, oh, there's my pronumeral, and we start moving stuff away from it. As soon as you see that there is two pronumerals, one on each side of your equation, you want to collect them up first. Okay, so this is what I do. My first question there, I have an 8x and I have a 6x. I like to move the smaller one. Okay, what is smaller, 8x or 6x? 6x. Now I am moving the whole term. I'm not just taking the 6 because the temptation is to go, I want to divide by 6. To move that whole term away, I'm going to have to subtract 6x. Like that. Okay, it cancels off on the right hand side. That means on the left hand side, 8x minus 6x is 2x. 2x, and I have a plus 5. Because it's cancelled on the right, all that I have over there is the 11. Okay, so that's just the first step that you have to do, because now I only have one x. And we're used to this. So now we do our normal process. Here is my x. I have a 2 times by that and a plus 5 on the outer layer. Can you write this down, please, Anton? Doing the opposite for the outer layer, I'm going to subtract 5 to cross that layer off. Write down what's left. 2x equals 11 take away 5 is 6. Now for the 2, the opposite is going to be divide. Good. Cross the 2's off. X equals 3. So you can see I haven't got a lot of extra room there. These ones take up a bit of space. Let's try that again. So we've got a 4y and a y, which would be a 1y. Remember, my tip is to move the smaller one. It doesn't actually matter if you choose to move the bigger one, but the reason I like to move the smaller one is because it means that you won't have extra negative signs in your equation. And negative signs are often a little bit trickier to deal with, like dividing by negatives are a bit more confusing sometimes. So it just makes the equation a little bit nicer if you move the smaller one. So 1y is the smaller one. To move that whole term, I'm going to subtract y. Cross it off on the right-hand side. 4y take away y is 3y, good. Minus the 2 equals 9. And we're back to a normal equation with one pronumeral, one in there once. So let's draw our circles. Y is what I'm trying to find. Times that by 3, and that's got a minus 2 on the end. Reversing those layers, peeling the onion from the outside, minus 2, what's the opposite? Plus 2. 3y equals 9 plus 2 is 11. Good. Next step, I want to get rid of the 3. What should I do? Divide by 3. Now that actually does not go nicely, and you won't always get perfect answers. Most of the time, the ones that we've done have come out as nice whole numbers, but this one does not. So we can put in 11 over 3. It doesn't simplify down. We can turn it into a mixed numeral by pressing Shift SD, but I actually don't mind which one you do. So you can either write 11 over 3 as an improper, or the 3 2/3 as a mixed numeral. Either one of those would be your answer, okay? And I'm running out of room to put my box around that since we're a bit squished in here. Hello. Question 3. We have, looking at those pronumerals, we have a 2x and a 5x. So which one? What should I do? That's right, the 2 is smaller. So that's minus 2x. That means that my x's, see the 5x minus 2, that's actually on the right-hand side. We prefer to have our pronumeral on the left. So we can do a switch. So we can do the right-hand side first. 5 take away 2x is 3x plus 3. And the 9, switch it to the other side, so that's equal to 9. That way we always have our pronumeral on the left side, right? Okay, so now, x is my middle, my heart of the question. I am timesing that by 3 and then adding 3. Let's go for the opposite. Opposite of plus 3, minus 3. Cross off the outside layer. 3x equals 9 take away 3 is 6. Second step, divide by 3. X equals 2. Making sense? Yeah. Wonderful. Okay, have a try at question 4. I'll give you a head start. I'll get you started though. You got your 4a and your 2a. You want to subtract 2a to get started. Okay, have a go, do the whole question. Got the same thing? Lovely. Are you guys, or do you guys draw in the circles? Are you finding that helpful, or are you just doing that in your head? You're not actually drawing the circles. You draw the circles? Yeah, you find that helps? You don't need to do it anymore? That's okay, yeah. So often something we do when you're first learning the equation, you draw the circles on there, but it's good that you get to that point where you don't need them anymore. It's great. Gentleman up the back, you got the answer?
Yeah, I got it.
You got it? Anton, you stuck, are you? Where are you stuck?
Just after the first order equation, like we did the onion.
So you did the minus 2a. Did you get the 2a plus 9 equals 3? Did you get that bit? So you went 4 take away 2 makes 2a plus 9 equals 3. Oh, you did plus 3 over here. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you changed the number, it changed the whole thing. Okay, write that one down, so you just put the right answer down there, and we'll try again for another one. Now, I'm going to do question 5 though, because there's a little bit of difference with this one. Have a look at these letters. We've got a 3w and a minus 2w. Which one is smaller? It's minus 2 is smaller, but what should I do to move it? Because it's negative. That's right. So this time I'm going to go plus 2w to cancel that off. 3w plus 2w is 5w. The other numbers stay the same. So I have plus 1 equals 11. So if I draw my layers on there, w is what I'm trying to find. That's times by 5. And then the plus 1. So reversing the layers, the opposite of plus 1 is minus 1, that's right. Cancel off the outer layer of the onion. Write down what's left. 5w equals 11 take away 1 is 10. Last step, the 5. How do I get rid of the 5? Very good. And that's w equals 10 divided by 5 is 2. All right, we'll do another one of those. We have a 7m and minus 3m. Which one's the smaller one? And what is the opposite? Plus 3m. Perfect. Plus 3m plus 3m. To cancel that off. 7m plus 3m is 10m. The other numbers, write them down exactly as they are. So plus 2 equals 22. Now we're ready to solve for m. Circle the m, then next layer is the 10, and then the outside layer is going to be the plus 2. Peeling those layers away, the opposite of plus 2. Minus 2. Is it making more sense today, Anton? Yes? So 10m equals 22 take away 2 is 20. And then last step is get rid of that 10, so I divide by 10. M equals 2. Alright, must be time for you guys to have another try. Or maybe this one was a mean one. I'll get you started though. Because look at this. It's minus 5r and minus 6r. Which one is smaller? Careful. Minus 6 is smaller than minus 5. Yeah? So, what is the opposite of the minus 6? Plus 6r. Plus 6r. So, 12, what's minus 5r plus 6r? Almost.
1.
Positive 1. So it's a plus 1r, or just r, equals 7. Oh, I've done most of the question already. Quickly finish it off. What's my next step? Minus not 1, 12. Yep. See if you finish it off. There's only that one number to move. So it's just that 12, so the opposite is to minus the 12. R is by itself. 7 take away 12 is minus 5. Okay, there is just one more of these to do, and this is definitely the hardest one because not only do we have x's on both sides, but we have brackets as well, just for the extra bit of fun. So, whenever there's brackets there, we have to expand those first. So we did that yesterday. So let's do it again. 2 times 5, or 5 times 2 is 10x. Minus 5 times 6 is 30. Equals minus 9 and the plus 7x. So I just had an extra step in there where I had to expand the brackets. Now it is like all the other questions that I've been doing today. I look at my x's, a 10x and a 7x. And my goal, when I look at these, I always want to get those together first. Some people try to start moving the other numbers around and it usually ends up in a bit of confusion. It is much easier if you collect those x's first. So which one's the smaller one? 7, and I want to subtract it to move it. So underneath, minus 7x, minus 7x. 10 take away 7 makes 3x. The minus 30 and the equals minus 9 stays. Okay, let's draw some layers on there. I have the x, that's times by 3, and then the minus 30. Reversing, opposite of minus 30, plus 30. Cross off the outer layer. 3x equals minus 9 plus 30 is 21, a positive 21. Then to get rid of the 3, I divide by 3. X is all by itself, and 21 divided by 3 is 7. Okay? And that's as hard as your equations are going to get this year. So your practice starts on page 30.